If you're spending a huge amount of time in Microsoft Word, reviewing documents, making amendments, and trying to generate new content, then the good news is Copilot is finally available as part of a 365 subscription. In this video, we'll take a look at 6 ways you can use Copilot to make the reviewing, editing, and content creation process much more effective. Watch on for all the details, and don't forget to stay till the end for the best tip of all. The first thing you need to do is find a document to use. In here, I've got an excerpt from my wife's manuscript, a book she wrote, now available on Amazon. But you'll see over here on the right-hand side, we've got the Copilot pane. To make that appear, all you need to do is click on the Copilot button up here in the top right. Now, by default, Copilot will give you 4 things to try, 4 examples of the way that Copilot can be used with documents. So you can ask Copilot to write about something, to change something, to summarize a document, and you can also ask Copilot a question about the document itself. Now down here, we've got the prompt window. There are a maximum of 2,000 characters that can be used in there. And then you'll see that we've got the View Prompts button here as well. If I click on the View Prompts button, it will give you 3 categories of prompt: create, understand, and ask. Now, if I click on any of these categories, I get examples to try under that category, which is quite useful. I can click on View More Prompts, which will take me to the Copilot Lab. In the Copilot Lab, again, I get this drop down and I can filter the prompts by create, ask, and understand. And also, I can save any of these example prompts to refer back to later. All I would do is in the Copilot Lab, click on Saved Prompts, and I can see the ones that I want to access again. I'm going to close the Copilot Lab there, and you'll see down at the bottom, it's given me 2 example prompts here as well. So I can click, for example, Summarize this doc, and it will go away and start creating a response. Now keep in mind, depending on the size of the document, this may take longer for some documents than others. But here we go. It's given me a summary response of the main ideas and points within the document. Now, one of the things I really like about the summarization is, if you see here, I've got the number 1 and 2, they refer to footnotes, and they will take me to the portions of the document it has used to create that part of the summary. So if I hover over 1, I can see a summary of the first idea it's taken and a summary of the second idea. If I now click on number 1, it will take me directly to that portion of the document, which is really useful. You'll see down here at the bottom as well, it has given me the 4 references it has used too. And if I expand those out, again, I can see the text that's being used there as well. If I want to copy the main summary, I can click the copy button and, for example, then paste that into an email. Another really useful feature. So what if there's portions of my document that I am not happy with? What if I want Copilot's assistance in rewriting those sections? That's dead straightforward. All I need to do is simply highlight the portion of text I want Copilot to rewrite, and you'll see the Copilot icon appear on the left-hand side. If I click on that once and select Rewrite with Copilot, Copilot will then go ahead and draft a rewrite. At any point, I can stop that rewrite happening by clicking Stop Generating or pressing the Escape button. So I can see here that Copilot has come up with 3 examples. The first example is displayed immediately, but I can click on the next button to have a look at the second and the third. If I want to go ahead and use any of these examples to replace the text in my document, I would just click on the Replace button and it would automatically replace the text that's already there. I can choose to insert that text below the existing text. That might help compare the 2 versions. I can ask it to regenerate the text, or this final option allows me to adjust the tone. Now there's 5 types of tone that I can select for Copilot to use: neutral, professional, casual, imaginative, and concise. Let's check the concise option here and select regenerate. Copilot will now go away and it will rewrite that text, making it much more succinct and to the point. Now I want to replace the suggestion that Copilot has made. I'm happy with that, and that's the text I'm fine to go ahead with. So if I click on the replace button, easy as that, Copilot has immediately replaced that text for the rewrite. Now, if I click a button by mistake and I didn't mean to replace that piece of text, I can simply click the undo button at the top here and it reverts to the previous version. Good as a failsafe. Okay, so let's try one more thing with this document before we change the type of document we're using and do something a little bit more advanced. So the final thing I'm going to ask Copilot is to write a synopsis of this book that I can use on Amazon. So if I go ahead and submit that prompt, let's see what Copilot comes back with. Okay, and there we go. We've got a synopsis for the book. And again, it gives me two references I can skip to by clicking on the numbers of the references. And I can also view the references themselves here too. Let's change the document now and try something a little more advanced. So we're going to try something a little bit different now. We're going to use a different feature in Copilot for Word. I've got a document here that was freely available on the web and it relates to cyber attacks. I can see here that I have some cyber attack statistics. But what I really want to do is I want to put those into a table. Now I could manually create a table and re-enter that data in there or copy and paste it in, but that isn't ideal, so this is where Copilot can help. If I simply highlight each of the statistics listed in the document and then go down to the Copilot icon and click on Visualize as a table, Copilot will do exactly that. It will take that data and it will insert it automatically into a table, formatted the best way it thinks is appropriate for the data at hand. So I can see there that it's created a 2-column table. It has a specific statistic on the left and the value on the right. And if I wanted to, I could make some tweaks to that table to make it look exactly how I want, but it's taken away a lot of the hard work, a really useful feature in Copilot. If I want to keep the table, all I need to do is click on the Keep It option, or I could even regenerate a different version, but we're happy to go ahead and keep that table as it is. Okay, so let's finish off by taking a look at some prompts I can use to enhance this document further. It is a short document, so there's more information I could add to this document to increase its relevance and reliability. So let's first of all create a conclusion, and in the document at the moment we don't really have much that details what preventative measures small businesses could take to cyber attacks. So what I'm going to do here is add a new instruction, and we're going to ask Copilot to use information found on the web to add a section that outlines the steps small businesses can take to protect themselves from cyber attacks. So let's go ahead and submit that prompt. And I can see here it's come back with 6 suggestions. All of those seem suitable. So what I'm going to do now is copy that content and simply paste that in, just removing a section of the text there that we don't need. And let's remove the bold there as well. And there we go. I have a new section summarizing the steps those small businesses can take. So I've opened a fresh copy of the document. Let's try one more prompt. Let's ask a question. So the question I'm going to ask is, where can I improve the grammar? Now, if I type in the word question and finish that off with a colon and then submit that prompt, Copilot will go away and start analyzing the document for those areas where the grammar can be improved. Now let's take a look at how it does that exactly. So once it's been through the document, it starts to pull through the areas of the document itself that can be amended by changing the grammar. And I can see that it's given me a number of suggestions. So it details the parts of the document, and also if I go down to references, it will show me those specific areas that can be improved. So if I navigate to any one of these sections, I can cross-refer the improvement that's been suggested with the text there and manually make that amendment. So I hope you've enjoyed the video. It's been really interesting looking at the way Copilot can be used to manipulate a document. Now, the only thing I would say is it seems quite transactional at the moment. There isn't that broad context you can engineer into a prompt using something like ChatGPT. But I'm sure there'll be improvements along the way. So stay tuned for further videos. Don't forget to give this video a like and hit that subscribe button too. We'll catch you soon.